hit that thumbs up button. So when I think of Vince Staples, I think of silly shit. He's like a troll. Maybe someday he'll prove himself as an artist, kind of, and get some respect from a rapper's perspective musically, kind of like Tyler Creator is starting to finally get some respect for rapping and not just being a clown. But that's what he is. He's more known for internet trolling and joking than he is music. You know, people 50 for example, is known for trolling on the internet now. But at one point in his past, at least, he was a dominant rapper who ran the game. Vince Staples has always been known as a troll. I couldn't name you one song. And the bad thing is, he can actually rap. Now, he recently said that Atlanta has the best rappers of all time. And I'm like, okay, Atlanta's got some dope rappers, you know, Andre, Big Boy, Outkast, The Dungeon Family, T.I., Jeezy, Luda had a run, Gucci had a run, you know, and that's what Goody Mob and them. But then that's when it starts getting dense. You got Migos, you know. But he's from Compton, so for someone from Compton, I would, if he would have said L.A. got the best rappers, I'd have been like, okay, you know, that's hometown bias. You from the same city, the same area as Ice Cube, who I think is the best West Coast rapper to ever do it lyrically. Kendrick, Game, Dr. Dre, D.O.C., Easy E40 and them up from the Bay Area. But this nigga said Atlanta. Now, you do the math, because I always tell people, most people's biasness and how they think of music is based off their age and what time period they started listening to rap. He's born in 1993. So let's do the math. He was born in 93, probably didn't start listening to raps real full time until he was about maybe 14, 15. So let's say by the time he was 14, 15, let's do the math, that's like 2000, 2007, 2008-ish. And by then, rap was being, Atlanta was running hip hop. You know, T.I., Jeezy and them, and 2 Chainz was coming up, and Atlanta had hip hop in the chokehold. This is right before the Drake era, and that's the, you know, Soulja Boy, even though he's not from there, he was doing the Atlanta shit, the Superman. So he grew up by listening to that type of shit. He didn't grow up on West Coast rap, because West Coast rap was pretty much damn near irrelevant mainstream wise when he was coming up and listening to it. So most niggas, what I've noticed, a lot of these niggas don't really start listening to rap until they're like in high school. Me, I'm like a hip hop baby. I was listening to rap since I could fucking barely comprehend the lyrics. You know, we used to be in car rides and we play whose song is that? And I, you know what I mean? I was reciting Wu-Tang lyrics. I didn't even know what the fuck it was about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a hip hop baby. You know, so I grew up on the golden era. You know, so I could take boroughs of New York and can compare them to Atlanta, and it don't add up. Rather it's Brooklyn, Queens, whatever. You know what I mean? But so if he thinks Atlanta, I can't. I beg to differ. You know, and I definitely don't think, it's like we talk about verses. And one thing I don't like about verses is the narrative is that we're basing rappers' careers off hits, because it's a lot of, Young Jeezy has way more hits than, let's say, Ghostface or Nas. Doesn't mean he's a better rapper or a better artist. You know, like, what are we judging off? I love Griselda. Niggas know I fuck with Griselda tough. Migos has been the most popular rap group for the last 5, 6 years. They got a million fucking hits. Do they have a better overall catalog than Griselda? Hell no. Album wise, quality, bars, as far as the trendy shit that they doing is not gonna be relevant 10 years from now. They don't have a better catalog. They doing what's hot for right now. And that's what most of these Atlanta niggas have been doing. They doing what's hot for right now. I'm not trying to shit on them, but let's be for real. A lot of that shit was trendy music. You had recently Huey died. He was from St. Louis, but he was known for that Pop Lock and Drop It record. That was a trend at that time. At that point, D4L, Fabo, and all of them, that everybody was dancing and shaking. You know, that was the trend for a couple of years. You know, but that's the type of rap he grew up on and was influenced by. And plus, he's a troll anyway. You know, this is the first time I've heard anything from Vince Staples in fucking probably a year. You know, he really needs to get a show or something on Vice, or, you know, a reality show, or maybe a podcast or something. I don't know if he's popular enough. Maybe a network doesn't feel like he's worth the investment. He should stick and focus on trying to build up his music career first. Then you could get back to the trolling, because he's highly entertaining. But when you're known more for your antics of entertainment than your music, because like I said, you could put a gun to my head, I hope it jammed, because I couldn't tell you a Vince Staples song to save my life. You know, I could tell you plenty of Dom Kennedy songs. He's from LA. You know what I mean? J Rock, that's my nigga. Yeah, J Rock from LA. I could tell you a lot of LA rappers joints. Vince Staples, nah, Vinny, you bugging out. And like I said, it's all subjective, you know what I mean? But nah, I don't think Atlanta is the best rappers of all time. I think that's highly disrespectful. If you was to do a top 10 rappers of all time list, by majority of people, at least 7 of them rappers, 5 or 6 of them would come from New York. Because most people are going to throw in Jay-Z. Some people are going to, of course, they're going to throw in Biggie. They're going to throw in Nas. You know what I mean? Just for an example. You know, but like I say, it's always about your age group and what you grew up on. Now, if you ask somebody in my age group or somebody that's 25 who they think the greatest of all time is, they probably gonna say Lil Wayne because that's what they grew up on. Lil Wayne manipulated a whole generation by and making them think that he was the GOAT because he kept bringing it up over and over and over and over, and before you know it, he had a whole generation saying that he was the GOAT. Now, if you ask somebody that's 55, somebody that's 55 years old, if Lil Wayne is the GOAT, they gonna laugh at you. Because they GOAT is Rakim, LL, Big Daddy Kane. Like, that's what they grew up on. You know what I mean? You ask somebody that's a Gen Xer that's probably like, let's say 40 to 45, they gonna tell you Tupac, Biggie, maybe Scarface, you know what I mean? So it's just generational, but nah, I disagree. I don't think Atlanta has the best rappers of all time, and I'm a fan of Goody Mob, Outkast. I got a lot of Atlanta rappers' music in my playlist. You know, I fuck with a lot of rappers from Atlanta. I fuck with a lot of rappers from all over. I've never really cared about where somebody's from. You could be from Cal or fucking Mizzou. If the shit is hot, like I say, I fuck with Griselda. Them niggas from Buffalo. I never been to Buffalo a day in my life. I probably never will ever visit Buffalo. I have no reason to, but I fuck with Griselda. So I don't care where somebody's from. But if you want to dub it down to just one city, I think New York definitely gives Atlanta a run for their money. LA is an argument. Some people are throwing New Orleans, you know, just the impact that Master P and Lil Wayne had, you know. But yeah, Vince Staples is a troll, man. Get in the booth, make at least one song that niggas can remember, and get your head out of your ass, man. You're bugging. That must be some really good dust you smoking, my nigga.